Good morning, everybody. It's not Monday. It's Tuesday, but it feels like Monday. Anyway, good morning, everyone. My name is Tom. See, I'm not even getting my intro right. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is in the world you're coming to us from. My name's Tom, otherwise known as Striking here in the digital media world. So glad to be hosting another episode of DYOR live here on the DYOR Media Network. A small and nascent show, filling a niche here, but we're growing like crazy, adding new sponsors. Got a new one coming up, gonna add this week. Gonna have a DJ Dojo episode sometime this week, as soon as we get it scheduled. A lot going on. And ladies and gentlemen, this is also normally where I say good morning to my co-host, Pedro Garcia, but Pedro, no hero until about 12:30 or so. That was my as I call it, my restaurant Mexican Spanish coming out there. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. As always, I'd like a little feedback on the sound, if it works. If it doesn't work, let me get my comment machine going. As usual, when Pedro starts off late here, I'm a little discombobulated here because I'm used to him doing his shtick here at the beginning. Let's see, who do we got here in the house? Let's get the comment section up here. Drano, what's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Drano in the house. Haven't seen you in a while. Let's try and get the old voice machine going. Ladies and gentlemen, LeBron James, Drano. Yes, because he loves basketball, so we give him his own tag. Crypto Mike in the house. Welcome, Crypto Mike. Give him the... Mike, my heart bleeds for you, man. I mean, I realize that you may not be an all-day, everyday Oilers fan, but the whole freaking country was rooting for the Oilers yesterday, trying to do their best and win Game 7. Come back from a 3-0 deficit against that Florida team, whatever their name is, those Florida knuckleheads, and they lost. Florida won 3 in a row, then the Oilers won 3 in a row, and then Florida won 1 to take the Stanley Cup and sink the hearts of every Canadian across the planet, because it's been a long time. It's been like basically since the Gretzky era, since we've had teams in the playoffs, never mind win. But anyway, they gave it a shot. Mike says, it would have been the second team in history to come back. 3-0. Doesn't happen much. You know when it did happen? It happened against the Chicago Cubs. 2007 in the division playoffs. The Cubs were up 3-0 over the Florida Marlins. 3-0. And they were winning Game 4. To move on to the pennant race for the National League Championship. And they lost to the Marlins. They lost. That was 2007 was the famous Steve Bartman year when he reached over and took away the third out of an inning that Moises Alou would have caught. But Steve reached over and caught a fair ball. As a result, the next batter up cleared the bases, and the Marlins won. They went back to Florida with the mojo, and they won 3 games in a row and beat the Cubs. The 1942 Leafs. Who was playing on the Leafs in 1942? Or like a bunch of 14-year-olds? Or 60-year-olds? I mean, everyone was at war back then. That would have been an interesting team. Welcome, Dara, coming to us from Madrid. Or did you move? Don't know what you're doing. All right, we already said Drano, but Drano's in Texas. Texas is being spared the thunderstorms this week because Illinois is getting them. Last night, woke up like 8 times. Thunderstorm. Poor motorcycles sitting outside. Getting crushed. You know what I didn't do, ladies and gentlemen? I didn't address everyone on Twitch and Kick, and not only that, but on X. What did I do there? Oh, yeah, I just enabled the sound there. Nope, mute. I just enabled the sound in my ear somewhere. There we go. Anyway, let's tweet out to everybody here. Good morning, everyone. Please comment, like, share, follow. Just do it. All right. Well, this morning we've got a number of things going on. The theme for today, obviously, is Technical Tuesday. Pedro's going to come on and go over some charts. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. One of the things that I did want to talk about Bitcoin. Let me bring up the old screen here. Let's see if I can do this without Senor Pedro being here. Here we go. Let's find the article I was looking for. Not that one. Oh, let's see. One of the things that people have been talking about. The price of BTC has been languishing, and the topic of today's show, did I really have the wrong? I did. I had the wrong graphic up. That's unbelievable. I made a new one. Let's fix that before people get all freaked out. That sucks. I go through a lot of effort to get these things right and started well in the morning. No, it says Technical Tuesday on the... I just put the wrong one in this. Great. Great, that means LinkedIn's going to be wrong. Well, I don't need that anymore anyway. Anyway, as I was saying, today's Technical Tuesday. The topic, Bitcoin, is it swooning? The market, there's articles all over the place. There's all sorts of reasons. It's Michael Saylor. It's BTC whales. It's all this type of stuff, including, you can see right behind me here, the article, BTC tanks to 61,000 as long-awaited Mt. Gox repayments begin. If you don't recall, in 2013 or 14, whenever it was, when Mt. Gox, one of the first large Bitcoin exchanges, got going, they got hacked for zillions of Bitcoins, and it was a terrible tragedy. They lost everything. Everyone was out all their money. But then the U.S. government figured out who it was and arrested the people, seized the Bitcoins, sent the Bitcoins back to the bankruptcy court, and the bankruptcy court is distributing to people. And now those Bitcoins are not worth, $5,000 each, or I guess they were worth a couple $100 each back then. They're worth $61,000 each. So the articles are saying, there's billions of dollars coming back on the market. I think it's $5 or $6 billion now, the total worth of it. Let's see if this article tells us. $9 billion. And everyone says, oh my gosh, they're going to dump it. Why would everyone just dump it? Well, first of all, they're not going to release them all at once. And two, people aren't going to dump it. They're going to put it back in crypto because they're all degens anyway. I mean, people that were trading Bitcoin in 2013 are the original degens, and they're not going to give that away easily. They're going to sit on it. They're going to use it as collateral for loans. I mean, why sell it? I would take it to the bank. You can take it to a number of banks now and get loans against Bitcoin, not against the full value, but you can still get loans. Vincent, welcome to the show. Got to figure out a way to get our man Vincent here, a moderator of the DYOR Media, Striking's Crypto Smackdown Telegram room, some more data. We need to get him more data. He runs out of data too fast. He's in a village in Nigeria. They don't have good Wi-Fi. They have to rely on cellular, and it's expensive, as you might suspect. Anyway, so everyone's saying it's going to tank because all these people are going to sell it. No, the degens are going to hold on to their money. But if you've been astute in listening to our show, what have we been telling you? And all you guys at the Crypto Alliance and Zach Humphrey's room and all that type of stuff should know the answer to this, because when Pedro comes on, you guys groan. You guys groan? Why do you groan? Why do you groan? You groan because he came on telling you Bitcoin was going down, and nobody likes the bear in the room, right? Face it, in the X Spaces and even the Telegram VCs, when someone comes on and says, price not go up, we're going down. It's like someone dropped flaming dog poo on the whole thing, right? Everyone's just like this. Oh man, get this guy off here. But what was Pedro telling us? What was he telling us? It goes down before it goes up. We all know this, right? But he was telling us it was coming down into the high 50s for a long time, and that was a big buying area. And what did it do just recently? It came back down into the high 50s. And right now, if you look at the Bitcoin chart, and we'll have Pedro on when he comes on to do that, it's building the mother of all flags or falling wedges, getting ready for the rebound of the century. And I am not a technical analysis guy, but I can look at it and go, that shit gonna pop, motherfuckers. Anyway, so these news stories, which are probably largely written by AI now and not really fleshed out that well. Yeah, this shirt makes me look fat. Okay, I'm a little fat. But these articles like this are just ridiculous. Everyone writes these things. They get clickbaits. Oh my God, oh my God. But really, it was just simple buy and sell pressure. People had bought, price went up. Chart showed that the next level of buyers was down here. So where does the chart go? Chart goes down to those buyers. And that's exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. So Pedro will come on and talk more about that. AI Wolf, yes, it's working. It's working. Our friend AI Wolf here. Let's see if we can grab these extensions. Where? There's no way I can. Anyway, AI Wolf, is this working? Yes, it's working. You know it's not working, AI Wolf? Your security. No, I jest. But if you're not familiar with now Alpha Wolf, AI Wolf, as I call him, the hardest working man in crypto. I've mentioned it on the show before. If you participate in the X Spaces that you see me in, you'll see him in because he's out there working his projects that he's on. And this past weekend, he got hacked. His computer got hacked. And of course, he's got a long and sordid story about how it happened. But this is just a reminder to all of you out there, is that you can't be too careful out there. And not only that, do smart things. And smart things are divide up your stuff into different computers. Don't have everything reliant on a Google account. Don't have everything reliant on logging into Twitter. Don't have your crypto wallets on the same device that you do social media on. I mean, how many of you have an old Android phone or something like that that you do? You keep the old Android phone on Wi-Fi, and you have all your crypto wallets on that. You take that phone with you when you go out drinking with your buddies? No, you leave that at home. You take all your cash. When you go out drinking with your buddies, do you take all your cash, put it in your pocket? Like, go to the bank and say, I'd like all my cash that I have in cash, and then carry it in a backpack with you? Of course. Well, I got a lock around the backpack so no one will get it. Now, someone takes your backpack with your lock. Maybe they can break the lock. Maybe they put a gun to your head and say, unlock this. That's what they do here in Chicago now. They just put a gun to your head, so open your phone. Open Cash App. Open Venmo, Zelle. But having your passwords doesn't matter because someone puts a gun to your head. Here you go. Here you go. There's just money. That type of stuff. But this is a lesson for everybody. Separate all your stuff. Don't rely on one service. Don't rely on one email. Have a secondary email as a recovery place for all of your accounts. All of them do that. Say, give us another email besides your main email. Make sure you have two-factor authentication. That's not necessarily going to always help you if you're a victim of SIM swaps, but most of us aren't worried about that. You got to be really wealthy to worry about that. But just divide up all your stuff onto different computers, different devices, and don't carry it all around with you. Don't have it all in one laptop. Don't have it all in one tablet. I could go on for about this forever. Hey, Alpha says, thanks for sharing. I don't know if he meant to say it, but it's always a good lesson. Gabriel, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Gabriel says, I'm working on an AI Telegram group chat moderator, and so far it's looking really good. might even pump fund it eventually. And if you get any reason at all to put something on pump fund other than just meme coin, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Anyway, as many of you know, I follow BRICS a lot. I've done a number of videos about BRICS. One of the things I like to do is help counter the misinformation out there. And the misinformation, I'm going to go ahead, and Pedro's going to be late, and I'm going to make myself bigger. I can do that because I'm the host. Poor Pedro off. One of the things I like to do is talk about BRICS. Why do I like to talk about BRICS? Because it's the source of a lot of misinformation lately. And it's affecting a lot of you guys out there too, because you fall for it. One of the things that BRICS keeps talking about is how they want to de-dollarize. They're like, oh my gosh, the US dollar is going to collapse. We need to do our own currency thing. We need to get together, China, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and a host of other wannabes also. And the news goes with it, and people go that, well, yeah, BRICS is going to be, and they're going to force us to do this and force us to do that. The headlines today from the account that's the most pro BRICS, Watcher.guru, posts every day stuff about BRICS and all that. Even they've given up the ghost. Even Watcher.guru admits BRICS de-dollarization agenda fails, US dollar supremacy intact. And let's go over that. Why? And why does this affect you? I like to talk about this. Why does this affect you? If you guys want to comment on that, I'll let you know. The BRICS Alliance, they're having their meetings again, started their de-dollarization agenda to bring the US dollar down from the world's reserve currency status. They tried all these policies to hamper its growth, to make local currencies the center of all transactions. The de-dollarization program started in 22 after the US placed sanctions on Russia for invading Ukraine. BRICS sees no progress. Dollar maintains supremacy. The US dollar remains the world's de facto currency for trade despite BRICS indulging its de-dollarization practices. Their policies did little to nothing to bring down the dollar, and the currency maintains its worldwide supremacy. In fact, the US dollar continues to be the primary currency for all trade and cross-border transactions, and the amount of money that the BRICS currencies did amongst each other was tiny. While BRICS reported a few bilateral trades in local currencies citing de-dollarization, the percentage is too tiny to even lay in a dent, the study says. The US dollar has outperformed every major currency, including 22 out of 23 leading currencies in Asia. The local currencies of BRICS nations have fallen to new lows against the dollar. In fact, they've just gotten worse. Despite the Chinese yuan and India rupee, despite them threatening de-dollarization for 2 years. And the central banks have been shown, it says right here, that they're getting more US dollars in their banks. They're buying more dollars. This comes after China was on a world tour convincing other countries to ditch the US dollar. And why is that? And why does it matter to us crypto folks? Not getting any good responses here on the on the old Twitter here, or comment machine. Anyway, it matters because all of you guys think, oh my God, I better not hold US dollar stuff or stuff in US dollars, and you move it to something else. And then the US dollar gets stronger and you lose out on your value. So you essentially are losing value when you do that. Like if you switch out of US dollar-based stable coins to something else and the dollar gets stronger, you lose value. If you just fall for these tropes, you're likely falling for something else too. So what else is in the media that you're falling for? A good example of this. Of falling for this. Let's see if I can find it. This is a great one. Kenya. It's going to shit in Nairobi. Nairobi is a great city. Nairobi is a fantastic place. I visited there a lot. One of my buddies, Ian, lived there for 20 years. He's a great guy. If you ever need a guide around Nairobi, Ian's your man. Going to shit right now. going to shit because the government wanted to jack up taxes on everything because it needs money. And the president of Kenya, President Ruto, if you recall, a few months ago, about 8 months ago, because we talked about it on the show. How many of you out there watched the show 9 months ago? I know, not a lot of you. President Ruto famously announced that Kenya was getting rid of all their US dollars. And everyone should too, should dump the dollars. Any day there's going to be a collapse. The US dollar will collapse any day. You have to hurry and get your money out of the US dollar. It's right on TV. I'm sitting there watching it like, what? Come on, man. And he made a big deal about it. What happened in Washington, D.C. this week? Or last week? Weeks ago, whenever it was. Right, President Ruto visited President Biden and had a state dinner. There's never been a Kenyan state dinner. First of all, Kenya is part of the Commonwealth, so it would be to have a state dinner. It would be the proper thing to do would be to have the king come over. But President Ruto comes over and has a state dinner and sits with Joe Biden, giving him the credibility, basically that no other African leader can do. Then he goes back home, says, all right, I got the juice. I can sit with Joe Biden. Welcome, Space Cat, by the way. Listening in at the gym. So he says, I can go back to Africa and do what I want. I got Biden on my side. If Biden's on my side, it means I got military on my side. I've got the USAID, which doles out the aid. And basically, U.S. is bribe money to nations under the guise of development. So he raises taxes a lot. And everyone's like, wait a minute, that's incongruous. He said, why does he need to raise taxes? It's, if you recall, Kenya's in massive debt to the Chinese. The Chinese gave them loans, otherwise known as loan sharking, to build them a new train system to go from the port of Mombasa all the way to Uganda. Uganda is landlocked, doesn't have a port. So it has to, all of Uganda's trade goes on this road through Nairobi. Trucks to feed a whole country go through downtown Nairobi. It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen in your life. And the old train system there is an old British narrow gauge thing, doesn't work that well. And instead of just upgrading that, spending like $200 million to upgrade it, they said, we're going to do this grand plan and get these billions of dollars from the Chinese to build a new China train system. Turns out, it wasn't their fast high-speed trains. It was their slow, clunky freight trains that don't work that well. And they're in massive debt. And they were given extended terms on that debt. But my bet, and I just asked my buddy Ian about this in Africa, Kenya, that the Chinese called them and said, that was a bad move there, going to the state dinner in the U.S., and you got to repay all your loans. And now they have to raise money, and now everyone's protesting it. The military is shooting people in the street in Kenya because of this. That's the result of de-dollarization right there. Not America coming down, but your own country going to shit. Argentina was heading that way too. And then they got, unlike other countries, namely this one, they elected a decent leader who said, no, we actually need change. We need to throw the corrupt people out. We got to stop. Argentina was leaning towards China. We're going to buy their military jets and give them a naval base in the Tierra del Fuego. And the new president said, we're not like the Chinese. We're more like the Americans. We're all, this is ridiculous. So he came in and said, we're knocking that off. We're not going to do this BRICS thing. We're going to have a currency based on the US dollar. And Argentina's inflation rate went like this. Their economy's picking up, and it's turning right around immediately. That's the result of dollarization. Went on too long with that one. Pedro would be very happy with me, though, for getting it out while he's not on. Anyway, if you're wondering what sectors would be hit if BRICS actually did work, this is not the right article. This is just the banking system. Banking, foreign exchange, and tourism and consumer goods sectors that impact the US dollar. Oh, yeah, banking and finance. There's no way. There's no way banking and finance could ever be affected by BRICS. Banking and finance is 100% trust and risk management. And all the risk managers in the world right now have grown up learning how to manage your risk based on a dollar-based system. You can't just change that. It takes generations to. Technology and fintech. technology and fintech follows research and development, investment, and jobs and innovation. It's not really country specific, except for countries that take the time to invest in it, which the U.S. is not doing a good job lately with our government right now, putting the kibosh on everything they can. That's enough of that. You know where I stand on BRICS and why it affects you. Because it makes you make bad decisions and move your money out of the dollar, which is risky. Let's see where. Oh yeah, this one was interesting. A contact of mine, I'll just say a contact of mine, has been trying to figure out where to launch a new meme coin. They were on Matic. Oh, I'm hearing some rumbling in my ear. They were hearing. Hold on a sec, Pedro. We can hear you. I just gotta finish this thought. A contact of mine wants to get out of Matic and launch somewhere else. They were going to launch on Kronos, but they've soured on Kronos for some reason. I don't know. It's a great chain for meme coins. I hear you, Pedro. Pedro, I hear you. Hold on, everyone. Hey, Pedro. I'll be with you in just a sec. I'll bring you up. Hey. I forgot to bring Pedro on here. There's Pedro. Sorry, mi amigo. I'm really loud? It must be your volume. My meter is really, really short. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my thought here on the air. All right, I'll just start that one over. My friend has been wanting to launch a meme coin, and he soured on Kronos. It was on Matic. He's going to launch on Kronos, and he soured on it for some reason, even though it's a great chain to launch it, a meme coin. And he said, well, what do you think about BNB? And for the longest time, I was like, well, BNB, the BSC chain has been kind of slow. It was the meme central in the last bull run. We all know we all grew up on B. And then all these other chains came out that were just new, and they took the shine away from Binance. But Binance said, you know what? We've refocused our efforts, and we need more volume on the BNB chain. All these new chains come up and get all this volume. I mean, it should be on BNB. So they actually they're doing a kind of a pump.fund type thing, in which they are providing liquidity for meme coins if you follow certain rules. And they're given so far $1 million into the meme coin system, and they're going to introduce another couple of $1 million to bring the meme coin volume back to BNB, which is a pretty good thing. BNB is obviously easy to get and well used in the first place, and there still are plenty of memes over there. There's couple hundred billions in total locked value in the BSC chain, so all is good over there. But I'm going to switch it up here a little bit and go back to the beginning of the show, in which I say, let's see here. Let me bring him up here. Oh, I'll worry about that later. But as I like to say, ladies and gentlemen, as always, my co-host, Pedro Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, Pedro in the house.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. What's up, man?
Everyone's doing well. It's a little slow. I forgot to put the word out on Telegram, but we've got the word out to the Crypto Alliance, and a bunch of them have been watching on X, so that's good.
Dope.
And but I think it was just slow because you're not here, Pedro. But now you are.
Sorry about that. I got caught up in traffic. I was taking care of some stuff, and then they decided, and then I left my phone there, and that was like a half an hour away, and I'm like, great. Oh. So I had to call them and be like, hey, I left my phone. They're like, yep. And then I was like, can you set it to the side? I'll come pick it up later. And they were like, yep. So I'm back here, and then I ran into traffic, and the same old story in life. I'm here though. So
sucks.
Yep. All them chucks in the trunk. I can't help it.
In the trunk.
Speaking about chucks, dude, there's a meme coin called Chucks, and I don't know. I just been paying attention to them, thinking that they might get big again. They shot up, and then came back down, and I've just been kind of watching them, kind of chilling.
Daryl says Europeans are at the beach. See you guys at Thanksgiving. Well, it's that time of year when Europe doesn't work. They just give it up in the summer. They're like, screw it. They don't even have bad winters, and they still like, screw it. We can't deal with life. We have to go back, go to the beach, hang out until September.
Are you sharing your screen?
That's your screen.
Okay. Yes. I mean, I just can't see you, so that's why. Are you in the studio?
Huh? Oh, do I not have you? Oh, look at that. Here, didn't enable my camera for some reason. For you.
There we are. Boom. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been on. You know?
Should be running now. It's not. Oh, there. Oh, no. There. That should do it. Oh. There I am.
There you are, sir. It is good to see you. Long time. I saw you yesterday over in was it the Breakfast Club hangout last night? Or it was more like dinner, right? Oh, what's up, Daryl? Daryl Lawton.
Last night was X-Toshi?
Was it X-Toshi? I think
Alliance?
so. I think so. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I saw you there. Then you yelled at me for being too ghetto and said, "Stop it." I said, "You're right, man. I don't mean to be. I just kind of grew up." And
I don't know how many of you have listened to Pedro talk on X Spaces, but he talks like a human being.
Right.
When he gets to X Spaces,
like,
he talks like, "What's up, boys? Moons, yo, boys, y'all." He said a sentence that had, in 7 words, used the y'all or all. 5 of those words.
Out of the 7 sentences. Or out of the
Of 7 words, 5 words were y'all or all. Y'all.
What's up, y'all? I hope all y'all is doing good.
Our entire language is devolving down to inflection differences in how the word y'all is used.
You know what's interesting? There are literally languages. I have a friend of mine who speaks multiple languages. Like he's like that's what he does. He's like learns languages, right? And he was telling me there are some languages out there that literally take one word and it can flip it like multiple ways, and how you in the inflection of how it's said. And I'm like, really? He goes, yes, absolutely. He goes,
yeah, it's English.
That's funny. That's funny. But quite the opposite is Chinese. Chinese is different. Chinese is very interesting.
Well, Chinese is a tonal language, so it's all fucked up.
It's all unique. All unique.
It's all unique. It's messed up, but if you can get one of those languages, then the other one, it's like if you can learn Latin, then French and English and Italian come rather quickly. But those tonal languages are all different. I like the videos that show people, Caucasians speaking like Thai or Mandarin like a native does, and it always flips out the locals. Like they're like, ah!
Wow.
Pedro, what you showing us there?
A big happy smile.
I thought you were showing us a boner.
No. I got this new device here. I love it, dude. And it allows me to be able to write on the screen. So instead of me saying, "All right, guys," using this, all right, guys, look at this right here, right? You see how this went down here? Boom, right? I can start doing that instead of sitting there trying to like.
Pedro, I think you should look at my screen for a second.
Oh yes, how you doing? Oh, dude. This guy right here. So it's still Technical Tuesday. So if you guys have any questions you want me to look at or whatever, let's go into some charts here real quick so we kind of go over what we've been seeing.
Quickly, Gabriel, to answer your question, where can we see Pedro? Pedro is Fridays on our X Spaces. Our Friday X Space is called Full Rant Friday, which we talk crypto, and we call it. Pedro, I have a new term for it now. It's called where we complain and entertain.
I love it.
Complain and entertain.
Entertaining with our complaining.
All week, if you listen to all the X Spaces out there in crypto, it's Moon Boys, it's Alpha, it's heavy on Alpha. Zach's Breakfast Club, X-Toshis, great spaces, great people, great conversations. But you get the same overall message that we got to band together. We're going to make it. The financial system is wrecked. Crypto is the future, blah, blah, blah. All the same things you hear over and over again. But on our show on Fridays, you don't hear any of that crap. We want to hear your real stories about crypto. We do get into real discussions. People ask Pedro discussions what he thinks about Bitcoin or something else, and I give my fundamental analysis by saying things are crap or not. Like someone says, "How's XRP?" I'm like, "It's shit. It's always going to be shit. So just sell it." And that's the point of our Full Rant Friday, just to let it all hang out. And then also you can hear Pedro when other hosts are bored and they want someone to talk for 3 hours, they give Pedro the mic.
Yes. What's his name say yesterday? Don't let him come on, man. What did he say? It's like he's gonna be bearish. He's gonna be bearish.
Oh yeah, but before you came on here, I brought that up with everyone. I said I was talking about X Spaces, and I said I was talking about Bitcoin and how it came down into the high 50s and how you've been talking about it for weeks. I brought up a few articles saying, look. They're like, oh, it's Mt. Gox's fault. It's Micro Saylor's fault. It's this guy's fault. It's Whales Selling's fault. It's all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, Pedro just looked at his chart and said, there's no more buyers up here. All the buyers are down here. So the price is going to go there. And it did. And
three times, mind you. 3 times. Right. I didn't do it I did it here. I'm going to point this out. You can go back and look at the freaking
Right. But hold on. So I told him, I said, that they let Pedro on the mic, and it turns out that nobody likes the bear in the room, right? And you felt that back pressure a lot. People are like, oh man, blah 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 blah, and it's just like, as I said, it's like dropping a flaming pile of dog poo on the conversation, because it turns the Moon Boys into like they don't want to hear you talking about it going down, and then it goes down. And then it goes down, and did they say, God, Pedro was talking about that? No, they say, oh my God, it's this fault and that fault, and we just got to work together and stand tough and this kind of stuff. And all they have to do is say, hey, actually, Pedro just taught us to look at a chart and show that there was no buyers in this area, and they're all down at 57,000. So what happens if all the buyers are 57,000? That's where the price goes.
Yes, that's double.
It's not wizardry.
Yes, dude. It's funny, and we've done it, and I've done it enough time. A lot of our listeners know I've done this so many times with so many charts out there with us looking at it. And I'll put it like this, because I'm not like, and I want to clarify this. It's not that there's no buyers, it's that there's no sellers. When the market is moving up, we need sellers, a constant set of sellers that come in, right? So
and sell to those buyers.
Exactly,
right.
Exactly, because there's plenty of buyers. The problem is no sellers. So you need sellers to step in. That's follow the money. Kind of, yes. It's following the money, but really following the sellers. Because really, sellers are the ones who control the market. I know that sounds so like counterintuitive. Like, wait, what? Like, look at it like this. Our market is a net buyer establishment. You're like, what do you mean? Meaning you have institutions that need to buy. They need to buy. Like, it's not like they wish they can buy. No, they need to buy because they get money in from pension funds, from 401ks, from insurance companies, right? And so they need to put that money into something. If there's not a seller in that area, they can't actually do business. So then they got to take the other side of the seller. And sooner or later, like, if you're selling it, right, and you have nothing else to sell, guess what? You need to find sellers, or you short it. And then you got to drop that market to make money, because remember, they're a business. So it's that idea of sellers really control the market. And when sellers run out, then the market has to drop. And so it's interesting to look at them when I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh, the market's feeling heavy here, meaning that there's not enough sellers to step in for the buyers to purchase. And so when I sit there and I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, not enough volume coming in. We'll see what's up. It should come off. And these were literally back in when did October happen, right? Last year of October. And I hate bringing this up. I think it was the weekend, right? Of it happening. Come on, stop it. Oh, boop. Okay. Oh, that's why it's not letting me. Boom. Still fairly kind of getting used to this, so I gotta do
What
that.
software did you get there, Pedro?
Oh, it's just this cool. It's called Page Markup. It was some. It even cost me. It was actually written by a kid in college. He's now like an adult. I say.
Oh, it's probably
kid.
stealing all your crypto.
Well, I mean, like 15,000 people use them, so I don't know. Maybe he's stealing my crypto, but I mean, that would be dumb. I mean, it's on Microsoft Store thing, so it'd be dumb, And if you want to, I'd pay for it. I'd pay for it like $3-4 a month, easy. I mean, I even hit him up privately and said, "Why don't you charge, man? I'd pay for it." I mean, just because to have that ability to be able to mark up my page on any page, highlight things, dude, that just helps so much, right? I think when did we see? Was it 2013?
Sorry, I was just dropping your story about hitting 57,000 in the Crypto Alliances community. I'm gonna see what kind of flames come back.
Bro, they're gonna be like, dude, no more Pedro. You know what I'm saying? No more Stu for you. Like, for real, dude. Like, you no longer get the mic. I could see it, dude. They're just like, you don't like Pedro. Like, I'm sorry. I don't. What do you want me to do? Lie to you? Lie to me, I promise. Right? Like, okay, dude. When did when did Hamas bomb Israel?
October 7th.
October 7th?
You know why I know that so quickly? Ask me when the crazy people bombed London and all the buses and subways in London.
When did the people bomb London?
July 7th. I know that because they bombed it and they rained on my birthday. They rained on my parade. Feel sorry, obviously, for the victims. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I linked the two. And October 7th is my second wedding's anniversary. So,
oh, wow.
all this bad shit happens on my important days. But good things happen on all the other days. So let's keep the positivity here.
There we
I want Pedro
go.
coming out here and slapping me.
I overstepped my bounds. I didn't mean to do that. I was really rude of me to say that. The reason
No, it wasn't. I like it. I like it when you. I don't like to be negative.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. So you can see right here. This is the 7th right here. I think was it? No, shoot. Let's do that again. Boom. Where's the 7th? All right. So this is the 7th. Yes. Yeah. So it was the green candle. The 7th right here. Okay. So this was the 7th right here on the small doji. I said
right here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sit there right here. This small doji right here was the 7th. Okay. Back in this level here, I said, guys, we're pushing up, but I see selling pressure coming in. We should see the market drop. And I specifically said the way it's showing me, it's going to be a smaller drop, but, okay, and this is what I said. We want to see it test that 50 moving average to see what's going to happen with it, right? Because this lines up with this. There are buyers sitting here. Sellers are coming down, so there's plentiful sellers for the buyers to absorb right here. Okay, and let me go ahead and redo that here real quick. So it looks kind of crazy there. Boom. All right, so this is one of those things I always tried to pay attention to, right? This is my bread and butter. So, oh, that's what I do. Okay, sorry guys. You're like, what is going on? What's he doing? All right, so here's October 7th, right here. And then we're gonna look at this right here. Boom. Let's make this green giant. Boom.
I had the same thing in my head.
All right. So there are buyers sitting here. We drop the market, right? this dropping of the market indicates that there is plentiful amount of sellers coming in, okay, into an area where there is a pocket of buyers, and you have the moving average. Now, depending on whatever moving average you use, you can use EMAs, SMAs, you can use Bollinger Bands, whatever you want to use. I like to use simple moving averages, okay? 50 is a institutional number, and it is a Fibonacci number. So it's one of those things that you kind of, it kind of correlates with a psyche number. It's a psyche number. So for me, I thought to myself, we should see this thing drop to here. Now, I did say, because of where we were sitting, expect some short-term sell-off, if not to come down to the 24,000 area, right? I said here and here. I expected us to come down because we need to come down to where buyers at, where sellers are going to be plentiful. So what we did, and I said, you see this, here is a seller wick, more seller wicks as we're coming up. And we really didn't have a lot of long buyer wicks right here, right? Those weren't enough. We had more buyers than sellers. Or excuse me, yes, more buyers than sellers, but not enough sellers to meet orders, okay? So we were going to swing through here and come down and find orders where we have plentiful of sellers coming in, okay? So this is what I'm looking for when I'm looking for retracement. The big key was this. I said, expect some type of news event that would make us have a flash crash or something of that nature, and expect.
I remember this conversation, Pedro. I remember it now.
Yes.
You were telling me something big's going to happen that's going to drive the market down.
And I said,
it
expect
did.
news.
Yep.
Expect news, because we need the market to sell off and everybody get freaked out. And then Hamas hit, and I was like, oh, I hope I'm wrong. Like, I don't want to believe that. But I've once heard it said in the conspiracy theory area that there are people who literally say, if you need news, you need things to move the market so that people get freaked out. And so I was just, and there's been a couple times now that this has happened, right? There was another news situation that we brought up that we were selling. I think it was up in this level here. Another one where I said, expect some type of news to come in. And again,
Gabriel, on a side note, Gabriel, there's actually moon charts out there, and Pedro has gone over that before, that the phases of the moon track to BTC. It did for a long time. We haven't talked about it, I'd say, a year. But there are charts out there that you can track the price to the cycle of the moon.
But I also want to bring this up. It's not necessarily the moon, it's the pressure, the psychological pressure in which things are pressed upon us. Like, for example, the many institutions pay for data analysis. One, simple chart analysis. Two, crazy weird analysis like moon, buyer habits of people buying, days that people buy Cheetos more than anything else. Like, I'm not joking. Like, these things will indicate certain aspects at a very high percentage level of market moves, right? And whatever it is, maybe they're feeling gassy or whatever, they're not feeling good. People look at these small things because it affects people chemically. And this is really important to understand. Your body is a chemical factory.
Right.
Well, because your body is a chemical factory, what happens is whatever is being done in or on a global sense, it then affects you on an emotional level. So when you have people who are in the markets, you can predict most likely on a very high level what they will do. Like, that's one of the reasons why people look at the moon, is because the moon affects us literally. Okay, so let's go to the charts here real quick, because I think this is really important. People are really liking the fact that Bitcoin is starting to move up in the demand area that we have here. We've talked about the consolidation period between the 73,000 and 59,000. The fact is today that we went up without putting any demand wick. I do not like. Okay, I want to see us come back down. The fact that we did not come back down, the fact that we just put what I think maybe 2 points from yesterday. What is it?
I can't tell you.
From high to low, from from open to low. 60, 371, low 63. So 31 points. We went down 31 points, and that's not even a sneeze. I mean, that's literally a flinch for Bitcoin. You can see, like, I don't think we've had it. Maybe right here.
So you think it's coming down into the lower 50s? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm expecting us to come down to that 57 at least. I think we're going up to go down here. So don't get over enthusiastic. I know that some people were talking about the market moving up because we're starting to see some of the altcoins move. I don't think that. I think this is, again, they ran out of buyers because we're selling. They need buyers for the sellers to meet. So they have to push the market up, bring buyers in so that they can continue it down. Right. We'll see what happens.
Welcome, Ariel. Thanks for joining the show again. Really appreciate you coming by and commenting.
200 period moving average. But until we touch that, I don't expect us to really move. We need to somewhat touch us. Either we consolidate between here.
Welcome, Trisha from Squirrel with Nuts, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll make this a smaller yellow.
And Drano says Netsy to the moon. I'm not happy with Netsy. Insiders are selling Netsy, and that needs to stop. That needs to stop, and the price keeps going lower and dragging everything down with it.
So we need to make sure that if we do consolidate between here, we want to wait until this 200 period moving average starts to catch up and push the market up, right? We've got to clear above that 8 period moving average with a fairly decent amount of volume, or 5 or 6 days of consolidation where they've established enough volume to continue it up, right? That's one thing I've realized where I've missed out on this, is that the consolidation is them establishing orders to be able to pick up, putting in a position to continue it up. And so this is where I have negated in that aspect. So I would expect us either to come down, find orders at the 200, or consolidate and wait for the 200 period to catch up while we are going through and absorbing orders to push back up. If that does not happen and the 200 fails, then I'm expecting us to come back down at least to the 50,000, the low 50,000s, right? I've talked about this on the monthly. We have that 55,000 on the 8, on the weekly. We literally have the demand zone at that 50,000, and we have the 50 sitting right here on the weekly, which is the 46,000. So we've got a few support levels that I would expect to see some bouncing. If this thing doesn't hold here at these levels, expect some type of sell-off within like a $10,000 drop. So either $5,000 to $10,000 drop on Bitcoin. But it all depends what's going to happen at this level here, which is the 200 period day moving average, which is sitting about that 57,000. Are we going to stay in this range, or are we going to sell off? Or,
all right, I got 2 questions for you, Pedro.
Yeah, bud, go ahead.
The first one is the Twitter sphere is now full of accounts saying, I'm calling it the bottom. It's the bottom right now. What is it? I know you just explained it, what you were missing and that you are looking for, but give us the 5-word answer. What are they missing that you have figured out?
I still don't think we have enough sellers pushing the market down.
All right, that's a confusing way to answer that question.
You remember the first time you asked me, what is the market going to do? And I go, it's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go up, go down, then push up, then sell off hard. Remember?
Right.
And you're like, wait, but give me one. And I said, no, that's what the market's going to do. Like you asked him, what's the market's going to do? That's what it's going to do. It's going to ping pong this week.
Right, but why are these other guys saying it's starting to pong when you're saying it's still pinging? What data did you look at that said, no, it's still got more pinging to pong than before we pong?
Because today we should have went down first, and we didn't.
Oh.
That's it. We should have went down today, and we didn't.
I don't think there was any fundamental good news today either.
Mm-hmm.
fact, there was fundamental bad news. It was everyone's freaking out thinking Mount Gox bankruptcy people are going to sell their $9 billion of Bitcoin all at once. Versus ludicrous.
Yeah, well, it might. You don't know people. People be dumb, but and that might happen. You know, I mean, but if that does happen, the market will scream up. If they sell, that is nothing.
There'll be sellers for all the buyers, right?
That's exactly.
A good point.
That's exactly. That would make the market go up. Dude, I'll put it like this: if they started selling it, it would explain why this went up. Explains why this went up, because institutions are like, ooh, let's go ahead and buy it. So maybe they did start to buy it. If they sell off, and I know this is backwards thinking for many of you guys, but to our normal listeners who listen to me, like, it's just how it works. It's just how.
Right, second question then. You referred to indicators, SMA and EMA. Explain to our viewers what the difference is. Moving averages. SMA moving average or EMA moving average? What is the difference?
A simple moving average is literally when, based off the time frame, it takes the average of the amount of days that you set it for. And then it just calculates the mean, the high, the low, and the close, or just simply the close, pays off whatever you want. And what it will do is track it and give you an average of the price of whether if it's the close, the high, the low, or the open.
Gotcha.
And so that's what a moving average is. Now, how that is weighted, meaning what they put emphasis on the most in the calculation, they will sit there and go, okay, we want to put more on the close or on the open. An exponential moving average is the average which calculates it in a different way than the average of it. The details of it, I do not know. I used to know, but I know that it's calculated different. A moving average just simply goes through and calculates one
right, high, low, close.
Yeah, whatever it is, whatever one you want, right?
Right.
Whereas the moving average or the exponential moving average has a different formula that it gets its average from. I like simple moving averages because it gives me a clean movement. I don't gotta sit there and do and I've seen it enough times now where it really plays off of it. That's why I look at multiple time frames, right? Because I can see that they ping pong off each other. Like the 5 minute will ping off the 15. The 15 will ping off the 30. The 30 will ping off the hour. And because the market is split into 8-hour sections, and those 8-hour sections or 3 8-hour sections, okay, and then those 8 hours are split into multiple time frames in which the institutions do a ping pong effect throughout the day. That's why you see me looking at multiple time frames.
All right. That was you giving up the 10-minute answer to the 1-minute question. Simple and exponential. Simple is just a standard average. Exponential weights it differently, and how it's weighted, it's beyond us right now. But just pointing out, 'cause you use those terms very quickly, and I'm like, ooh, I don't even think I know the proper answer to that.
Yeah, it's just the weightedness of it is different.
Gabriel, we'll go over to Solana in a minute here. There's lots of talk about Solana lately.
Yeah.
But Bitcoin, I would agree that as usual, whenever all the callers on Twitter say something, generally they're wrong. When they all agree on something, they're generally wrong. And say, this is it, this is the bottom, this is the top, this is it, buy, sell. When they all are in cahoots, they're wrong. But there is one general trend, which you just pointed out, that it's getting ready to blast off. It needs to sell off a little bit more, and then we're ready for that. You know, you give us the up down, and then boom, and there's going to be a boom here.
Mm.
The question is when, so we can all play the futures markets.
Yes. And speaking of the futures market, don't we have some type of thing coming or something like that? Or
Yes, we're going to be launching the BitFi crypto exchange sponsorship package. They're coming on board as a sponsor of our channel. I had my final call with them yesterday, setting that up, and I'm going to time the announcement, the official announcement, even though I'm already talking about it, and the kickoff of a kind of a massive bonus giveaway on BitFi's part for people that sign up to use their exchange. With when we have another DeFi Dojo, or another community comes on, so we have a lot of viewers. Time the two to get maximum benefit from it. But they'll which I hopefully will be this week or early next week. But that should be good. This should be good. Having an official relationship with an exchange is always a good thing, especially one that's allowed to operate in the U.S.
it's always good.
In Canada, and especially for smaller amounts, they don't bother with KYC until you want to withdraw more than $10,000 at once. So if you need an exchange that you can get to from the United States or Canada without having to use a janky VPN to go somewhere else, and you want to change currencies, change exchange this. That's what exchanges do. Cheaply and quickly, BitFi is going to be the place for that for us. I'm getting it in. Hopefully they'll sponsor BitFi, guys. If you're there, please sponsor our blockchain futurist East Toronto convention. Pitched them on that. Hopefully they will come through and do that.
Definitely. So one of the things I think is really interesting in the market that we're looking at, and from a standpoint, and I thought this was really interesting, we are pretty much the last 3 months have been kind of we went down to go up, potentially to come down and test these lower levels. Now, what I want to bring up is this, and this is what I actually need to change this out and create a new one because I don't have TON in this, but this is the top 10 cryptos out here. This is like BTC, ETH, BNB, XRP, ADA, Matic, Doge, and let me see if I can drop which one. I don't think SHIB's in it in the top 10. So let me go ahead and boom. TOON market cap.
How did you create this chart?
Huh?
How did you create the chart?
Oh, I'll show in a second. But I'm going to point this out though. All right, so this has TON. So you can see here that the market here overall, right, we're still playing in a
what time frame is that chart?
This is a monthly chart. So I'll show you guys how I did it. And I've done it before. You guys, oh no, I showed this on when I used to have my own YouTube channel. I forgot. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. So this pulls things together as in market cap overall, right? And so I like this because it kind of gives me more of a meta view of what's actually happening in the market overall. The fact is that pretty much overall that we're coming down to the 200 period average, and there is a higher time frame zone in this level, indicates to me we could see it hold here on that 200-day period moving average. Okay, so that is something that I am excited, but the only problem is that it's not like this 200-day is looking weak to me. So if we move up, right, and we keep going sideways, it will change my mind. But if we start to go down and this 200-day period is moving like this, I expect to see some type of reaction from this. But if this stays like the way it is, this 200-day period moving average stays weak looking, I would expect us to go lower from here. From a market cap standpoint, down to either 1.5 trillion, and or potentially the next one could be 1.25 trillion before we see the rally back up and you see everything go absolutely insanity. Insanity.
Insane in the brain.
Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Anyways, we're dating ourselves. But yeah, so this is one of those things I look at. Now, so the way I do it is real simple. What you do is you come up here. I'm actually going to create, I'll just do it like this. Let's do the top 10 like stocks. I'm gonna go like this. Actually, I'll do this right here. Boom.
While you're doing that, Ariel Techimo.
What's up, Ariel?
Chiminino.
I'm just gonna call her AT. What's up? Oh, sorry. Him. What's up, AT?
He says Weibo is a gem today. I think it's solid long-term project, and the price today is huge. Just to be clear, nobody's paying me to keep putting him up. But I did go sit in their VC one day and talk to the team there. They have a VC open almost all the time. You can go talk to the devs. They'll answer any question for you. And they have a neat over-the-counter way of buying and selling their stuff. So if you're interested in trying something new out, go give them a look and let them talk you into buying it, not me.
All right, so Weibo, what is their? I know we've looked at them, but what is their? And I'm gonna show off this part here. What's their chart?
What chain are you on there, Ariel? I forget. Might be BNB. No, it's not BNB. Might be Base or ETH. I don't know. He's gonna tell us.
About that base, about that base, about that base.
It's on Base. It's all about the Base.
All right, and
Kimchi man, thanks for watching.
A Weibo? How do you spell a Weibo? What's up, Kim?
Just like it sounds. AWEBO.
AWEBO. A Weibo token. Market cap.
Move that over a little bit, would you?
Yeah, market cap is 32K.
Ariel, make sure you're live. You might be a minute or two behind.
I'm all about that base, about that base. Okay.
I can't do any of those moves. I can't do this one. I can't do that one right. Kick the leg and the fist in the same direction at the same time. Not gonna happen. You want a technically accurate golf swing, though? I'm your man.
There you go. See, I suck at. Actually, I just have never put effort into learning golf. It's boring to me. You're like, I don't think we can be friends now anymore. Look at you, you're ready to punch me. You're like, I don't even want to talk to you no more. It looks like me and Tom are now discontinuing our relationship here. He's about to divorce me.
1 out of 12. 1 out of 12. Let's call in the rescue team. Pedro's gonna need. He's gonna need to get my foot removed from his ass. He doesn't like golf. 1 out of 12. Send the EMS.
I'm all about that base, no trouble. All right, so long story short, look, we're coming down into an area of buyers here. Really no resistance level up to here. You can see here it actually is playing decent, but I expect this should have pushed through this. So let me pull that week up. Yeah, you should have pushed through that resistance.
Ariel, you like the old police microphone there, huh? I found this under my bed the other day. Just happened to have an actual Motorola police radio. Or just the microphone. I mean, it comes back from my armored vehicle days when I used to build cars for the Secret Service and government and shit like that. Had extras of everything.
He was a boss, man. You guys don't know how much of a boss Tom is and was.
Yeah, I used the term was. Soon I'll be the crypto boss.
Amen. Preach. Okay, so you guys can see here, this is where you're going to need to push through. You guys almost did. You guys got some volume coming in as you were pushing up, but it petered out. What I need to see is as you're pushing up here that you need defense against the sellers. So if you're pushing up, right, I want to see
move it over a little bit. What
I want to see are wicks as it's moving up. So if it goes up, comes down, then goes up, or goes down to go up, and each day it sells off. And then by the end of the day, I see a green candle and it's higher than the other one. To me, that is a sign, meaning that buyers are really stepping in and absorbing sellers and continuing to push the price forward. That shows me that you have a real buyer base there, and that there are institutions pushing this. You got to have that happen. That means either you do it artificially, or you got to get in your, you got to get either advertising, or you got to figure out a way to get that going on it. Because at this point, there's really no resistance except for the daily 8 and the 20, apart from it getting all the way up here. So that's what I want to see. All right, let's check out how to create your own chart. Okay, so what we do is we come up here. Okay, we're gonna do a stock chart. I'm gonna go stocks. All right, we're gonna add NVIDIA. Okay, so boom. Oh shoot, what's going on? NVIDIA. Why is that NV? Oh, that's why I have to do that. I forgot. NVDA. You hit plus. Okay. Then you go, let's say Tesla. TSLA. Hit plus again. AP or AAPL. Hit plus. Amazon. AMZN. Amazon. Boom. Microsoft MSFT. Now you can only do up to 10 here. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm getting all the big boys together. Okay. These are the guys who kind of rule the market. They call them the Magnificent Seven. META.
Oh, that's interesting.
Google or Alphabet. That's
Concept says, let's go, Weibo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me the top 10.
I think Gabriel came back and said, I meant the deck screener version of Pump Fun. I was off the air for a minute there, so I missed the reference.
Me too, I'm sorry. So let's just use this as an example. Okay, this is going to give us pretty much all the tech stocks and what is actually happening. These guys are actually what's keeping the S&P 500 from plummeting. Straight up. All right, so we're gonna hit that. What it's done, it created this right here. Literally created its own. So I already have NVIDIA there, but you can see now that it's by. This one is done. It puts it all together. Now, if I was to divide it or subtract each one, it would. You saw that I was adding everything, right? I can add everything and then hit divide and get the mean of everything. But really what I'm looking for is to see all of the market cap and how one is actually playing off another, right? And that's what I'm looking for. It gives me the mean of everything. You can see here that it really follows. All of those are following the monthly chart. Right, that we've been literally playing off the monthly chart. So anytime you see a sell-off of the broad market, you can see that it comes down to the 8-period moving average. That's why a lot of times, remember when we were talking about Tesla and how far I thought it would go, right? Yeah. And I called it, I think, within like what is that, 40 points? We'll bring it up here. Tesla. We'll move this because I do need a. I've been meaning to do this. I need to reestablish market caps. Where are you at? There we are. Boom, boom. Okay. Tesla. So this was the area in which I was calling the market to come down to on Tesla. So let's pull this up here. So when I hit this area, I remember because we came in, I think it was in February or March when we really started to see it come down, right? This was March, boom, 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 boom. This was their sales call. It started falling. I said, all right, guys, it's coming to our area. I said, this is where I want to put my first initial buy. Then my second initial buy, I wanted to expect to see it come down and play off it here. But if I see it come down, and then we push above that 8-period moving average, and I start seeing put higher highs, and then I start to see this thing really start to find a trend on that 8-period, which is what we're seeing. But many times before all this happens, it has to ping pong off of all these moving averages, right? Like first it ping pong off the 8, then it ping ponged off the 20, came to the 50, well, blew through the 50, and then came and hit the 89 100. There's 100-day period moving average, came back down, ping pong, bing, bing, bing. But now the next one's going to be the 200, right? So it's all depending on, like I said, what I use is supply and demand and moving averages, what I use overall. What's up, Israeli? What's up, Israel?
Oops, I hit the wrong button.
Kindly shed more light. What was that about? Kindly shed more light.
I just want to, it says, kindly shed more light on the current situation of the crypto market. I think he joined us a little late because your BTC review really kind of told us what's going on with the crypto market. Israel, Pedro basically said he still believes that Bitcoin's got a little bit more on the downside before it does its blast off thing. And it was about, I don't know, about 15 minutes ago, and if you want to go back and watch it. Thanks for joining us, Whiff Nuts. Thanks for joining us, Whiff Nuts. That type of stuff. Oh, also, Israel, I forgot. There's some new war news, isn't there? You got some new guys on the platform. Why don't you have someone from your room, other than you, because you're already here, come and mention who the new players are on the war platform. We'll make it that the sponsor. The sponsor bit. Thank you for watching anyway. How about Solana, Pedro? We've got Gabriel want to know about Solana, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Solana also. Gabriel says, did you see the Pump Fund version of Deck Screener? No, I haven't seen that. Guys at Pump Fund, they're the ones driving the Solana volume right now. Let's pull this down. To everyone on LinkedIn and X, thanks for watching us today. The LinkedIn comment machine doesn't really work that well. A sec, I got some messages here. No, the Canadian flight team is overflying the place in Ottawa. It's striking, just sent us some stuff. Pedro, I hope you know you've been on mute for 5 minutes or so.
I did not know that. I'm sitting there talking to myself. Okay. All right. So Solana's looking fun here.
Oh, we did switch to Solana. Okay.
Yeah. So we sold off here, and you see how it's starting to hold on this 200 period average, and we came in with a decent amount of volume. Okay. So I like that. That looks really good. We put a higher low in. Okay. So it all depends. I'm looking for it to hold, and then to find support on this point here. The fact that it blew through the 8 is really good. It's got to hold. It's got to stay here. Got to come back down, find support on the 8, put a wick in on it, meaning something like this. Came down, pushed up. Next candle came down, found support. Right here. Now I want to see it come in and push up. Right? You can see how there's a progression that happens with that. That's what I want to see. Boom, can't push through, held, came down, boom, found support, sold off. This is a better example. Boom, found support, put a position in, then pushed up. That's what I want to see. Right? But with this one, this is kind of a dead call here. Simply because what I mean by dead call is that it could be pushed up because, again, there's not enough sellers to keep this market down or to keep it going up. I think they need more sellers. So this just simply could be a way for them to push it back up to drop it down. Either way, it's going to have to ping pong through all of these moving averages like you see here. Ding, ding, bing, right? the fact that it did not put in a higher low, or the fact that it did not put a lower low here in, it's a good sign for me. But it all depends on what we see with the other moving averages, how it reacts to the 20. The 20 is the 8 on the weekly. We've had 4 weeks straight of sellers. They're running out of buyers here, okay, for the sellers to meet, right? Because buyers are like, dude, I'm getting crushed, bro. I can't keep buying, bro. So what happens is they say, all right, let's push the market up, make all the buyers happy so that we can sell to them and drop off. The fact that we're starting to have a death cross here on the 8 and 20 shows to me that that is a negative sign saying it's probably going to go lower here, like from a higher time frame standpoint. So I'd expect to see a rally back up to maybe that 152 and then potential sell off again, maybe to have a higher low. But
Thanks, Gabriel.
yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, it could come back up here and even sell further down to the 50 period. This 50 period moving average is sitting nice. That looks like a sexy 50 period moving average sitting right there. It's sexy. So that's 92 area.
I'm pretty sure that there's no 14-year-olds out there, or men of any age over puberty, thinking about that lower buying area and 50 period moving average while they're in the shower by themselves. Oh, that's so sexy. Oh my God. It's so, look at the curves on that 50 period moving average.
Bro.
Hold on a sec. Ring, 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 ring. Hello. This is Tom. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Smith. I didn't mean to intend that your son was. Yeah, no, he probably is though, thinking about the neighbor. Have a nice day.
No, you should have let her know. He's thinking about the 50 period moving average, man, on the weekly chart, dude. Dude,
hold on, let me get a
call her back.
Hello, Sarah. Could you connect me with Mrs. Smith?
Hey, dude,
hi, Ms. Smith. It's striking here again. Right. No, he's not thinking about the neighbor. He's really thinking about the 50 period moving average.
On the weekly.
Hold on, I didn't put the phone voice on. I got to put the phone voice on. There.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, no. That's not, it's the 50 period moving average. It's not sweet Jenna the neighbor's buttocks. That's right. All right, Mrs. Smith. Have a nice day.
All about that base, about that base, about that base. All right. Yes.
Hey, Kimchi, you got to be funny on this stuff. It's crypto. If you're serious all the time, everyone will just jump off the bridge. I don't know how many of you knew Bob Newhart, the comedian Bob Newhart. He used to do a comedy bit, which is just a one-man comedy show. But part of it, one of his skits was only hearing one side of the phone conversation, and it was hilarious. My mom and I loved it. And so I've always done fun things like that with my mom, and so I just realized when Gabriel was talking about having props around here, like my police radio and stuff. Oh, God, this police radio is bright white, and on my screen it's yellow, like my teeth. My teeth are bright white too. Yeah, but anyway, having good props is what you need. You can't do that on Spaces. You got to do it on Spaces. None of this works. Troublesome in the house.
Oh, what's up, Trouble?
Syrup
What's up?
sucking stump jumpers. Sucking stump. I don't even know what the hell that means.
Stump jumpers. That is funny. You syrup sucking
Stump
jumpers.
Here I took over the screen for a minute. Here on the screen, I'm showing an article. Moonshot Rising, Dex Screener's pump fund competitor already has 7,000 Solana meme coins on it. That's crazy. It's just crazy. And I complained about this the other day on the show.
That they did not have a.
That we have too many. There's too many coins out there. Obviously, pump fund drives volume. Moonshot, that's going to drive volume. There's too many things to invest in. There's more meme coins than there are stocks. There's only, what'd you say, Pedro, 4,000 something
like
publicly
4,200,
traded
something
companies
like
in the U.S.
Yeah.
And think of the size of Wall Street and the amount of money that goes into those 42. Really, it goes into about 2,000 of them. And we have millions of meme coins all sucking up money.
Millions.
Even if each one of these things just has $100 in it, all that money, if it had gone into the top 100 crypto coins, our market cap would be 3 trillion right now, and everybody would be sitting on fat stacks of cash in moonboysing it. But no. It's about Vermonters. Oh. You know what? I always thought Vermonters were crazy people because they lived so far north. Forget me.
No,
that was
bro.
like,
I love Vermont, bro.
Well, hold on. Let me tell you a story.
Oh.
I thought they and I lived in Connecticut. I lived in southwestern Connecticut. And I'm like, Vermont, we would go live up so north. All you hear is people skiing on ice and freezing cold, all this type of stuff. And then much later in life, I heard about this place called Canada. And it's like, there are people up there? North of Vermont? And north of New Hampshire? And I'm looking at the map, I'm like, there's the city of Montreal, or when I say that, they laugh at me. They're like, you mean Montreal? And Quebec City. I'm like, they're north of Vermont. Why? Even to this day, married a Canadian and live in Canada half the time, and I have no idea still why these cities exist.
Dude, when it gets negative 40 degrees, man.
It's cold. It gets minus 30 all the time in Ottawa.
Dude, I just don't understand.
And we continue to live there.
Dude, I honestly, I look at that and I go, you know what? I think I do get it because of this, okay? There, those groups of people who really like pain. What are they called?
You mean the people that the branch of the Catholic Church, that the guys that beat themselves,
Yeah, well, but I'm talking just the regular populace who do that. You know what I'm saying?
They're called people that invest in crypto. That's who likes pain.
Hey man, you gotta enjoy the pain, man. As David Goggins says, embrace the suck. Shout out to David Goggins if ever he wants to come on the show and just get real with us. You look at your face, your face is straight. Said what? Both my parents are from there.
Parents are from there.
There.
And they're fun. Well, so you're a Canadian then, See?
Connect.
Crypto Mike says, oh yeah, I live in here where the air hurts. Your face sometimes hurts your face. It does suck. Kara says exactly. All right, let's see. I don't know how to find out how many coins they've created on Pump.Fun here. Someone tell me how.
Millions.
Sure there's a place that says it somewhere here.
Dude, you know what's thinking I was funny? I think this is so hilarious. I remember when I went down to Antarctica, right? I was on the Polar Star, up in Seattle, Washington, right? So we go all the way down there. And I remember, dude, the first time I go out and I experience negative 40 degrees, I literally thought to myself, why would anyone put themselves through this crazy? It's literally what I thought. I was like, this is nuts. Dude, my boy, he gave me a jacket. He said, dude, carry this jacket because there's a bar up there. And I'm glad he did, dude, because when we walked out, dude, it was because dry heat's different, or dry coldness is different than wet coldness.
Humid cold. Yeah, that's really sucks.
Oh, bro, that hurts you. You talk about being hurt, right? That idea of cold, humid. There, it's a dry cold. And so when you go out and it's maybe 2 degrees, 3 degrees, it's hot, but if there's no wind, it's cold, but if there's no wind, you can actually deal with it. It's okay, you got a sweater, you're good, right? Just keep moving. But once that wind picks up, oh dear Lord, and then it's going to snow, dude. It feels as if as somebody is just straight punching you in the chest. When that wind hits you, you're just oh, you literally lose your breath. It's it's absolutely insanity. By the way, dude, I'm pulling up. I just realized we only got all you guys that are looking and watching us on X. Please hit that heart button. you're right there. You're watching us. Hit the heart button. There's 56 of y'all. By the way, thank you for watching us. But if you don't mind, hit that heart button and share button. That would mean a lot to us for our show. It puts it out there into the ether realm, and then the algorithms take it and go, woo, let's do something with it. So we'd appreciate it if you could do that. Thank you so much. All right. So again, let's jump back to the charts here real quick. So Solana here. Solana is coming down to that monthly period. We actually can see really hit that 8-period moving average, right? And the nice part behind it is this, is it's towards the end of the month.
Oh, that was the wrong button.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
My button. You're not. I don't. Your chart up.
Yo,
buttons. There it is.
I've been trying to eat more protein, right? So I've gotten these little protein. They don't have a lot of sugar in it, which is a huge thing, right, for me, because I'm fat, and I don't mean the pH. But
Pedro, you got to get in shape here. I don't want you dropping dead on the air.
I know. Been trying, man. I've actually been doing about 20 minutes of cardio with like after every 5 minutes of like doing shadow boxing. I'm sitting there doing push-ups, and I used to be able to do like an hour of this. Then at the same time, go work out, and then at the same time, go out there and literally like swim 500, like a 500. Like I look back in my mid to late 20s and 30s. I'm like, oh dear Jesus, dude. I used to do literally 130, 15, 45. What's 45 times? I used to do 130 pull-ups a day. Every day.
That's a lot. That's a lot of pull-ups.
That's a lot. You don't do. Like I sit there, I can only do 10 at the most now. Like, and I'm fat, dude. I'm like 280 pounds. I'm fat. You know what I'm saying?
280 pounds now?
Yeah,
come on, Pedro.
Maybe 270. Yeah, I went to the doctor yesterday. Or not yesterday, last week. Yeah, I'm like 270.
I got the booth set up here for Blockchain Futurist Convention here. I got it set up right in the room right here, right behind the green screen. And there ain't no room for 280 pounds.
Well, here's the thing. People look at me. Even my doctor says, I don't understand how you weigh that amount because you don't look it. But you need to lose weight because your cholesterol is way too high, man. And she's like, sweetie, you're not. She's Spanish. You know, like Spanish women. They like, it's like you're their, like you're. I'm. Even though I'm not her son, she see me. No, she maybe sees me like as her like older brother. She's like, Pedro, you're too fat. You need to lose weight. And then she goes, you see that thing right there? Get rid of it. And I'm just like, where's your bedside manner? Like, and he looks at him, she goes, this is no laughing matter. Because I always crack up with her, you know, and laugh at her. But she's just like, yo, lose that fat. It needs to be gone by next year when you come in. She goes, you're too close. She's like, if you're about to be like pre-diabetic, it needs to go away. So I'm like, you're right. The thing is I love the pizza out here, man. I love the pizza. You don't. Dude, Connecticut is like.
I mean, that's a lot of pizza for 280 pounds. I mean, you're two of me. Oh, not two of me. You're 1.75 of me. Well, I'm pushing 168 right now.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's.
And I think I'm fat. I got a little extra beer belly going here.
Well, the thing is, other people look at me and they go, "Dude, you don't look it." I had a friend of mine. He's like 280.
I think it's what Daryl wrote.
Why did you bring 80 lives of weed?
Dude, why are you carrying your weed onto my scale? Dude, it's my weed. I can't let it go. Someone might take it, man.
Lord. Man, I love that dude. Let's check out Solana here real quick. So Solana is straight up hitting that monthly period moving average. We did pierce it, so that's not a good sign. Okay, so if we close like this, okay, and we did not get above the previous monthly high here, and we start to see another sell-off here, right? And we close somewhere around the lows here, and we close below this 8-period moving average. Okay, so that's how the end of the month works. When July happens, if we go up first in the beginning of the month, what do we do towards the middle and end of the month, Tom? If we go up first,
we go the other way.
Exactly. We go down. So it all depends on what's going to happen here. If we stay above the 8-period moving average here on the monthly, that's a good sign. If we close near or below the 8, that's not a good sign. And the reason why I say that is because you see how it's all closed at the same level here, right? If we close below this area here on the previous month, which is right here,
Space
then
Cat's
to
a
me-
thick galactic hero. Pedro, I missed this comment. Pedro is what you call thick-boned.
That's what she said.
He can stop a charging bull with his thigh.
I got a lot of muscle, man. Like legit. At that weight, dude. What's funny is I'm sitting there, I'm doing pull-ups. I'm like, why is it so hard for me? And then like I realized, like, oh yeah, I'm lifting like 280 pounds. Like on my shoulder, bro. Like it was funny. I was messing around with this one of the guys, and I kind of pushed him, and the dude's like 6+, right? And I pushed him, I was like, get out of here. And he like he goes, dude, why did you push me so hard? I go, I didn't push you hard. I said, if I want to push you, like, and he goes, what, you want to go? I was like, no, dude, I love you, man. I love you. But like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of like a tank. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's jump back here to the chart. So like I said, this is a really important area. What's up?
Just keep going. I was just...
So you can see here, if we close below this area here between the 8, that's not a good sign. We came in, we tested that low there right here yesterday. I like the fact that if we could stay above here, then I would expect the market to continue up for the month. But we need to make sure that we close above the previous month. Okay, that's this high. Either near it or above it, which is the best thing. That's what we want to see. If not, we're most likely next month going to go down. I have a feeling we're going to go down. In all reality.
That's the wrong comment. Gabriel asks, what do you think about the effect of a Solana ETF if those rumors are true? The rumors are true that there are people that have applied to have Solana in an ETF. I think maybe not exclusively, but maybe as part of a basket, having a general like top 10 crypto ETF type thing. But I think you're going to hear more about the SEC, Solana and the SEC in a negative light before we see it in a positive light. Also hearing rumors that the SEC is going to pull the XRP on Solana and claim that they were doing institutional sales because Solana basically admitted to doing it as part of the FTX thing. If you recall, FTX had a massive position in Solana. And Solana was courting it. And, FTX buying billions of dollars in Solana isn't just retail sales on an exchange. That's institutional sales. And the courts recently ruled in the XRP case that they ruled two ways. One, that XRP's sales to institutions were, in fact, securities because they went out and solicited them and offered them, an investment product with a return likely attached to it. And on the retail side, XRP won because the exchange sales and the retail market isn't a contract directly with Solana or XRP. So they can't be held accountable as selling a security. There's no contract there. So with Solana kind of admitting, and FTX in the bankruptcy court admitting about what they did, the SEC has a slam dunk case against them. Whether they want to sue them for that and sue the Solana Foundation for that, it's a little different. The SEC is probably trying to figure out how to get this done because the XRP is a company that owns all of Ripple. They have the XRP Foundation, which owns the tokens that it slowly gives out to them. And Solana is kind of like that. But Solana doesn't have the for-profit company. So it's the Solana Foundation is technically separate. So the lawyers are probably trying to figure out how to sue Solana before everything's just made completely legal. So I have a feeling that's what you're gonna hear first, and you're not gonna hear anything about a Solana ETF for a long time.
Here's my question. Let's say they sue them, right? and and then all of a sudden, let's say President Trump, becomes president, right? And he makes everything legal, and all of a sudden now we see it's the heyday for crypto, right? That happens. Would the SEC have to give their money back for suing them and prosecuting them?
No, because of ex post facto. We have that rule. There's no such thing as ex post facto laws. You can't make new laws or undo the past. I mean, people have actively gone, like when a lot of states went and wiped people's marijuana convictions off when they made weed legal. That doesn't mean that people never were criminals, because they still broke the law. They still broke a law. Even if it's made legal in the future, you still violated society's rules and broke a law. But states were like, all right, we don't want this to haunt people, so they passed other laws saying we have the authority to go back and wipe people's records clean. It's just a good thing to do. But there's nothing that says they have to. I mean, it's like if they made murder illegal, and said, okay, it's going to be the purge. Hold on, I got a fucking siren. The purge is coming,
bro. Like, so this is the other question, right? So if I don't think a merge will ever actually happen, like something like that, I don't think is possible. Well, I don't even want to sit there and say that, like I just.
Well, we're spoiled Americans. It actually happens, every day in many countries. Like, that's how it is in the Congo. You either protect your people at night and your family at night, or others come and take it from you.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's in a lot of African countries. It's, you provide your own security, and otherwise other people take it. And a lot, there's only, think of this. Democratic Republic of Congo is as big as Europe.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
and there's only like 3 cities, but the whole place is populated. So outside those 3 cities, it's you're in charge, and it's the purge. If someone goes and just shoots some guy, it's, well, you shouldn't have screwed around with the guy with the gun. Anyway, there's not a lot of trust in Solana with our viewers here. I don't trust Solana as well. I believed in Terra because I'm a developer, and the amount of work put into their software and documentation was insane. Turned out to be the biggest rug in my wallet. Yeah, well, Terra was a small problem.
Well, it's really interesting. Terra Luna, man. I mean, Luna, dude, is still like, I still can't believe, bro. Huh?
Oh, I'm just commenting on troublesome. Yeah, I can't believe how that collapsed and how people lost money on that.
Here's the thing that blows me away, though. Lunic is still around. It's still playing, dude. It's not like that's what blows me away, is that they're still.
Seems to track Bitcoin, though.
What's up?
It seems to track Bitcoin, though. It looks like BTC's chart.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely different, though. Like, definitely different. I mean, in comparative to like here, from the drop of and how they, they had a switch, but I still look at it like. They're still moving. Lunic could come back. I think if Lunic was to come back, it would be the all-time, like, just comeback story in crypto. It'd be bigger than, Chrysler when it was falling apart. What's his name?
Lee Iacocca.
Yeah, Lee Iacocca came in and just brought it back out of, literally from death to life, right? Like, that what would happen here. And like, so there's like, because the thing in crypto, you just don't know.
Ooh, Gabriel. Ooh, that hurts.
What was it?
Gabriel lost 100K. Oof.
Oh man, UST and Luna guess some lessons are learned the hard. Oh, bro.
Oof. Oof.
Oh, that hurts bad.
Oof.
Yeah.
That does hurt. There's got to be a sound effect for that.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one. Hey, Joey, I don't think I have them on for you.
No, I don't hear it.
Let's see. I played this sound for him. What were the effects of Gabriel's wallet on Terra, Tom? I'll tell you.
Bruh. Ouch, bro. Dang. No
I'm
mercy.
past depression already. now is a funny, not funny story.
Funny, not funny, sorry.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot my siren earlier.
Somebody just got robbed.
One out of 12. 1 out of 12. Gabriel got robbed. Gabriel got robbed. Proceed to his house and take care of his business. Problem solved.
Yeah, man. Look.
Troublesome. Why not ETH? Because ETH sucks. ETH sucks. It's just always too expensive. Although I'll fade a little bit on my comment there. They since the great sharkening or whatever you want to call it, the sharding, the prices on ETH trading have come down, especially for transferring from wallet to wallet. And sometimes you'd be looking at $30 to move $30, and they've eliminated a lot of that. But still, the prices are a lot. Prices are a lot.
A lot. Yeah, man. It doesn't matter which one I put up, man. There's not a wick there's not a big enough wick for this bottom wick. There's just the suck in the buyer so that the sellers can have something to sell against. I see these guys dropping. Let me check the smaller time frames.
Ethereum is like TCP, but monetized. So much crypto runs on it. Yeah, TCP version 4, not 6. I gotta tell you, I understand TCP a lot troublesome, and I've picked up networking over the years. I get it. I can read Wireshark logs and all that type of stuff. I have no idea how version 6 works. IP protocol, TCP, IP protocol version 6. Not a clue. I was trying to set it up for my in-laws' house. Actually, they actually deliver IP6 to the router there, and I was trying to do my show from it, and I was bringing in a stream from somewhere else that I had to out to my computer on the network. I had no idea to do it. I've been doing network routing and stuff for years, and I was like, I'm like, you can't just say go to that computer? No. Complicated way to do it. Can't figure it out. Crypto Mike, it's you know that cord that you get the great internet from? That's what that cord speaks. The language of that cord, the great internet's cord is TCP/IP. It allows for two-way communication. It's actually very lousy and old protocol. And it's way too much overhead in it. Oh, Crypto Mike's in the know too.
Do you know what?
All right, what you bringing up there?
For Bobo? Bobo, yeah, Bobo. Which one is the?
Oh,
because this one has 11.9 or 9.
Is it the same? Is it the same contract? It might just be this different pairs on the same contract.
And it's on Solana.
Yeah, Solana. No, those are different. It's going to be whichever one has the most money in it. 19 million. It's got to be that first one.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's not 2 days old. Bobo.
I think it's like MIDI back in the day. 2 wires for future use in 5G. My phone isn't capable of it, but it displays the logo. I gotta get a new phone. My new phone will be 5G. The keyboard over here speaks MIDI, but like version 1 of MIDI. So it can do things like ding, 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 ding. I'll download Pink Floyd, the organ from Pink Floyd songs, the keyboards from Pink Floyd songs. It doesn't even get it close, even though it's an expensive Roland. It's just the old version. Not upgradable. What you got up there, Pedro?
This is Bobo.
Bobo.
That's the one that Zach Humphreys was talking about last night. It's actually showing a bit strength here.
It scooted over a bit.
Quite a bit of strength. If it can get above the previous highs here, that's going to be really bullish. It's got to get above 5023. If it closes there, I'd expect for this to go down, then to go up.
To go down before going up.
Yep. Sorry. If it
Bobo.
goes down, yeah, Bobo. But it's showing strength. It's above the moving averages on the higher time frames. You can see here that we're already starting to see volume coming in. You just got that volume's got to keep coming in. That's it for it to come through. There's no real resistance until you get up to the higher levels here. We should be able to see this thing continue. It's at a critical point here right now with that 20 period and the previous.
Almost, I forgot you're the musician here.
Right,
yeah,
my
keyboard stuff. It's really nice. You can play like Harbor Lights on it. Basic Elton John shit.
And then push back up. So this is where we want to sit there and see
Nothing
volume
fun.
start to step in here. So, yep, that's what you want to see from on a level there. If it does sell off, and a good next buying point would be right here. Yo, it's a fat beat, dude.
Let's take this time to welcome the viewers on X. Thanks for watching us. We're up to 68 views on X.
Shoot.
Compared to 40 on YouTube. YouTube is slacking.
That's all good. Thanks, you guys.
Although
hit that like button. The hard button.
Average watching time on YouTube is 25 minutes right now, and on X it's probably 3 seconds. Yeah, they don't tell. We don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, or followers. Oh no, I was talking to here. I am struggling to get followers to get over 1,000 because that's when your real analytics kick in X. I was talking to AI Wolf, Alpha Wolf now because he got hacked. He's like, yeah, I lost my Twitter account. I had 57,000 followers. I was like, you have 57,000 followers? He said, yeah, I got them all in the past 4 months. I was like, what? Like, how the hell did you do that? He said, oh, I'm just working my ass off. I'm like, God damn.
That's what's up, dude. That sucks that somebody hacked him. So he's got to work his ass off again.
Yeah, had to get a new account because he just can't get through to anyone at Twitter.
That sucks, man.
Sucks balls.
Yeah, it does, man. I'll go through and find out what we need to do. I'll go sub to him. I like that guy a lot. Good dude. Really good guy.
Why can't I grab these tweets?
I do not know. All right, so let's check out here real quick. The next one is going to be Ponky. So Ponky showing some strength here. I do like it down here. It's still at that 9-cent mark. It came down to the 100-day period moving average.
Which chain are they on?
They're on Solana. Ponky.
Yeah, scoot that one over a little bit. So that's an interesting chart. It's I think I was giving them shade like last week, how they just sell off any type of little gain, but then recover, and it looks like this one's following that same pattern now. Yeah,
I like them down here. That point, I like them at 9 cents, 8 cents. So we'll see if they come down here. They're sitting at 177, 177.
Don't Mike says, sucks BFD. I guess you're referring to Big F and Donkey Beeps.
Next one, let's pull it up here real quick. Pepe.
Which one are you pulling up? The ETH or Sol?
ETH. ETH wrap. Actually, I think I have them right here.
Yep.
I show it straight here, man. Coming in, bouncing off that 89 pretty well.
My wireless mic's gonna die.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, if it starts fading on you, it's because my wireless mic died. Let me know.
All right. Yeah, it's showing strength here, man. So good strength. Real good strength.
I mean, how high can Pepe go? What's its market cap here? A bazillion?
Market cap is 5.25.
5.2 billion?
Yep.
Holy jeez, why did I miss that? I mean, when it was at like 100 million, I'm like, that's a joke.
Yeah,
that little thing right there is when I said it's a joke.
Yeah,
And
actually,
then it just consolidated forever, and I'm like, haha, see? And the market said, haha, Tom.
a friend of mine told me about it when it was down here, and she asked me if I was gonna buy it, when would I buy it? And so I said, well, if you're gonna buy it, you want to get in right at this level here, like right here.
And it hung out there for what? 8 months?
Yeah. This was 601, right? And I said, this is where you'd want to buy it at if you're going to get into it. She did. I don't know if she held it, but I know that she bought it. And then she basically said, you know what, Pedro, I'm done with crypto. Or at least she was done with our project. She was just frustrated. But yeah, I bet you what happens is that was around this time here. It was back in March. She's like, I'm good. So I bet you what she held on to it. And what did it do? It 6-0. She got into it probably. A 4. Yeah, she probably got a. What is that?
Crypto Mike, we'll look at Bonk in a minute.
Yep, boom. So looking at this here. It bounced off that 8 and 20, or that, not the 8, but the it's slammed through with hardly any. The problem, see, I don't like this because I want to see absorbing orders here or establishing orders, and it's not. So I can't get behind this push up. At least give me something like that or like that. You know, this didn't even have nothing. It just shot up. You know, we'll see what happens. I still like my my Pepe down at these lower levels here. Yeah, I mean, I like Pepe back down at, what is this? That's on the weekly. Yeah.
That's crazy. Even in this shitty crypto market of the past few weeks, it obviously came down, but not much.
It's all good. Something that gets traded like this, it has to come down and test that. I like that error right there. Monthly, weekly, 1, 2, 3. Boom. Boom, boom. Yep. I like this area right here. 505, 5 zeros, 5 8 to 5 0 4 402 or 407.
Man, if it comes down to that area, I'm sorry, my sir. When it comes down to that area, oh, that's it. My white balance isn't working right. When it comes down to that area, I can't wait to see all the videos on from all the influencers about it. It's over, doom, all their faces are gonna be
Yeah.
It must work. I mean, I keep using the same. In fact, I think this is actually the same shirt. Me pointing thing. I just can't do I tried the and the ooh. It didn't work for me, but it must work for other people. The O face. As soon as I see that picture, I think, why are those guys getting the BFDDs in their mouth? Right, Mike? The O face guys? Right. But I asked one guy a while ago, I said, does that work? And he goes, my numbers are up every time I do that. And I'm like, good grief.
Are you serious?
Yeah. In the official YouTube creators channel, they say, no, your facial expression has nothing to do with it, but all the influencer guys are like, it works. God, I asked my buddy in Nairobi to tell me what's going on there and why, and he just left me a 7-minute message.
7 minutes.
All right, yeah, 7-minute message. Let's hit Bonk, Kendu, and Brett, and then it'll be time for us to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go on mute for a second here. Listen to the beginning of this message.
All right. Let's check out Brett here. Dude, Brett looking strong. Brett looking really strong here. A weekly zone.
People are calling 10 billion for Brett. I mean, I realize they're the same guys making the O faces. Oh, but they're like, but if all these guys are making videos on Brett, it means that there's interest in it, and if there's interest in it, people buy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Could be.
The lousy lo-fi thing. It's putting me to sleep.
I love lo-fi, man.
I don't know if you can hear it, though.
I can. This is the type of music I trade to.
Ooh. Too loud.
All right, boom. So I have two areas here on Brett for a sell-off. At 10. I think this is correct, right? Brett on ETH? Wrapped ETH?
Brett, yeah, it's that's base. Wrapped ETH.
Yeah. So I would sit there and I would look at this right here. This is a nice little area, that 10 cent to 8 cent area. Wait for a pullback. Again, this didn't put in any real sellers. So these are buyers. And it looks like they're just being absorbed by sellers. Again, so it's coming down. It's coming up into an area of supply right here. Okay. So if we can clear the supply, there's nothing that's going to stop it. It'll push back up. But it's got to clear this. This is its run. This is its rally here.
So you're seeing strength in Brett on base.
I am, but I see strength coming in, but when I start to go to the smaller time frames, I don't see a lot of demand wicks. right? I just see kind of push-ups, nothing that where you have a sell-off that pushes up, right? And then this last recent day, we saw a push-up pretty strong, but no real sell-offs. So which means that, you know, when it comes back down, it's just going to come back down to these lower areas. It's almost artificial buyers here stepping in.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. Like, because there's no sell-offs. Because if it's like, when it's like art, when it's original, like you have buyers and sellers starting to come in and they fight between each other, and then it pushes up. You know, I mean, I could be wrong. You know, I mean, it is following that 8-period moving average, but it's just all buyers sitting in. And so what happens is it skips. It goes to the next seller, which would be higher. And so there's a bunch of air that if it falls back down, if it retraces, you know, a lot of those guys making money right now just basically get lost, or they lose their cash and they sell off. So then it goes even lower than what it was. That's why. But it is showing strength though, because it is pushing up and it's got decent volume as it's moving up on the daily chart. So we just got to pass through this zone here, which is sitting at 16 cents, 17 cents to 16 cents right here. Okay, so it's got to push through this. If not, it doesn't push through it, then I expect to see this thing come back down right here. And then you have another right here.
Mike, is this screaming death metal that you're going to post?
So, yeah, it's in a nutshell. Boom. Let's jump right here. All right, and then the next one is going to be Kindle.
Should have that one up.
Can do.
I don't know what chain that's on.
Is it base?
I don't know, but whichever one, it's the one that has the most liquidity.
I wish there was a way to create a watch list on Dex Screeners. Dex Screener.
I gotta imagine they have that. Can do in you. Oh, so I'm guessing. Right. It's OX. It starts out OXAA.
OX. I got 1474.
I think that's it. It says on their official Twitter site, contract 0xAA95.
Yeah, OXAA. Yeah, I got it. That's correct.
Oh, okay. You were reading me the liquidity pool number.
Yep. Yeah. So that's it. Boom. All right. So you can see here, it tried to push up. It's selling off. Real sellers where buyers meet sellers are gonna be probably most likely down at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 408-ish area right here. Right? Boom, boom, sell. Potentially right here as well.
Coming to get you, Pedro.
Yeah, they do that. I did it. It's all good. So you have a zone upon a zone. I'd expect to see it come down, hit the top zone first, and then push up, and then see it continue high, and then see it go up, and then come back down and tap this lower area here. So let me go and put some. There we are. Hope that ain't gonna work. Let's do right here again. Oh. So you can see here, this is where I like this. This area here, I like these areas at 0.001 down into 0.00405-ish. So those are good little areas of pullback areas to buy on Kindu as it sells off here. Boom. We're gonna do bio. BABIAO. Nothing really. Oh. BIAO. 20 million. Two, 1, 2. This area right here, I like this. Could play off of this.
While Pedro's doing that, taking again the time to say thank you to everyone that's been watching on X. I realize you guys have come and gone. You come and go pretty quickly on X. And it seems that the feed on X is frozen. Why? Not frozen on anything else. Magically, nope, not frozen. Reload the X thing here.
So I like I said, I like it down at this lower level. So that's 0.006 to 0.00.
It automatically ended. Oh.
Maybe we were too long. Maybe there's a time limit.
Yeah, and I did it differently today on X. I scheduled it, and when you schedule it, it schedules an end time. And LinkedIn does the same thing, but the end time doesn't matter. You just keep going. You can, but on X, it ends automatically. Anyway, thanks to everyone that watched on X. And thanks to everyone on LinkedIn that's been watching. Really appreciate it. I know there's a couple of people watching right now. The comment machine is not really working on. Actually, it kind of is working on. One of you LinkedIn people could drop any comment so I can see if it works. I'd appreciate it. If it's not, I know that the other viewer is just me and Pedro. Pedro, you're on mute, by the way, if you're trying to talk.
Oh, that stinks. So did you guys hear me about what I said about bio or BAO?
No, we're still on Kendo.
Oh, let's check out BO. Did I You guys heard me what I said about Kindle, right?
Yeah, we heard that.
All right. Okay, perfect. All right. So, bio, or was it bio or
BIAO.
Yeah, BIAO.
Chinese meme coin.
I like it coming back down to 0068 down to 0045-ish area. I know there's a lot of stuff here, but this would be like, this area is a good area to be repurchase this, to see if it might come back up to the supply area right here. That's definitely an area that I would be definitely looking to be playing with. So yep, just that. Be wary of this supplier. It's a daily supply area. That's 0.4008 and 0.03414 as resistance. Let's go ahead and then go into Pendle. No idea about spelling. Oh, nice. Pendle. There we go, Pendle. Well, there's a lot of pairs to this.
Strange, my something weird going on with my comment machine.
I don't know if I have this correct. So, looking at this, we are above all these moving averages. This is really a good sign. Pretty much above it all around. I'd see it coming down and testing. If it does test, if it sells off, down to that $4 mark, 360-ish, 370 is a good little buy area as it sells off for a higher time frame period. We're still above the moving averages on the weekly, but it's starting to play on the daily here. So it's relatively, I really don't know much about this. I'll put it like this: from a charting standpoint, there's really no resistance above us, but this would be really the area that if it was going to sell off to, this is where you'd want to see it sell off to. Definitely looking at it like this right here. And if it pushes up, this is where it's going to probably push up. Apart from here, there's really no resistance to the upside on Pendle here. So I would look for a sell-off from the previous highs, come back, test that, and then push back up. Or come and test, consolidate, and then push back up. Something that I'm definitely looking for. All right, and then reweave. Weave. Maybe this is it right here. Maybe
I don't know what reweave is.
yeah, it's one that you put in the list. I guess we'll find out. Just ask Zach about it this week, or next time we talk to him, like, hey, How do you spell that? I guess tonight we could ask him, because he's like, when you named off Reweave, how is the spelling? We can ask him.
Let's see if I got it in my notes here. Let's see. Well, I don't have that in my list. I remember mentioning it, but I don't. Oh well. All right, Pedro, we're getting a little long in the tooth here.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it in a nutshell. We can go over real quick. I mean, we've kind of gone over the whole entire thing. I'm still waiting for ICP kind of sell off a little bit further. Right, it's already hitting our areas here that I expected, so which is nice. We sold off below the area here on ICP. I'm expecting it to come down to the 5 area for me, for my first initial real buy, for a retest. When it comes to Crow, I'm still waiting for this to come back down to these lower levels here. But I love the fact that it's sold off at these lower levels. And then H&T for me. So now that we're at these lower levels here for H&T, I'm starting to buy. Nothing really big yet. A real big purchase will probably be down at the $1.50 for H&T. These guys are showing some strength for Caspa. Caspa is showing a little bit of strength up. Came down to this lower area. And we'll see what happens after this. Actually, today should be a really interesting day. So, anyways, let's go ahead and call it a wrap for today.
Think so. Sorry, I'm just trimming the Well, if anyone's got any last minute suggestions, let us know. But that's it. I gotta get back to website programming here. Rebuilding Mrs. Striking's website.
Sounds like fun.
It is when you get in a role, when you're moving and grooving on it, but making websites turns into a creative morass pretty quickly. Just sucks the life out of you. Because whatever you make, the other person is not what the other person's envisioning. And whatever the other person's envisioning is not what you can make. Wow. I mean, in web design now is to the point where you can really do anything. Literally anything at all. But you have to have the skills to do that. You have to have the skills to be able to do anything. If you don't have the skills, you use, the websites that have the pre-programming, drag and drop type stuff. And then you build on templates. And the templates are never, the templates are meant for millions of people to use. And millions of people always go, not quite what I'm looking for. And the problem is that most people look at websites and you don't give really a rat's ass. It's either the website gives you the information you're looking for or it doesn't. You're like, you don't care whether it's, it's carousels to the left or the right, or whether it's this shade of mauve or that shade of mauve. You just like, did it give me the information I was looking for easily? So
that's the key. Is I hate having to sit there and search for stuff. Like, give me a search bar that does a really good job of.
Yeah, you're right. Or you have to, like in a website, you have to leave the website and go to Google to search that website.
Yes, dude, that is like the most.
It drives me nuts.
I agree. I don't get that. Like, look, make it simple. I mean, I don't mind. Like, if it's looking janky, obviously, I'm like, I don't know about that. But if the information, I mean, if you go to the ETH website, dude, it is so simple. It's simple, it's easy. And the best part is, if you need to find something, their search bar is on point and pulls it up, and it's like boom, boom, quick and easy. But it ain't. But if you look at it, it's not like you're sitting there going like, oh wow, this is absolutely amazing. It's a couple graphics, looks nice, but it's not like spectacular. So I'm all about being able to find information quickly and easy without like a headache. You know, like if I'm looking for pricing, just put it right there. Or if you don't want to give your pricing out, go out there and give me a real phone number, right? And let me know. And this is one thing I saw this one on one website, man, where there's like, you're calling my Google number. Please leave a message. I'm a small business, and I'll get back to you. And I was like, respect. I respect that, right? Like, you're a small business. He'll get back to me. And the fact that he said that made me do business with him.
There you go.
Small business. He's working his butt off. He's working 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? On top of building his business. And it was, dude, good merchandise that I bought from him, dude. Great stuff. I was like, dude, you're good, man. It's just a matter of time before you go full time, or, you know, before his business takes off. You know, I don't know what his monthly nut is, but, you know, matter of time before it starts to pick up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Pedro and I can literally go on forever, but all of a sudden the messages and all that kind of stuff. Oh, look, I got the Assure DeFi thing going.
Did we bring them up?
No, I didn't. Well, I'll do that right now at the end of the show. Let's see. Let's get the DeFi Dojo thing up there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a small project or any size of project that needs to get an AMA or a package of AMAs out there, the DeFi Dojo here, who is a show sponsor and show partner, can put together a package of Telegram, X Spaces, and YouTube AMAs, specifically on this channel right here, for your group, and get you a good, nice package price for the whole thing. On top of that, Assure DeFi here, the logo up next to me, they can get you a KYC at a discounted rate as well. Assure DeFi is one of the leading internet, I shouldn't say internet, I should say cryptocurrency project verifications. They even call themselves the verification gold standard, Assure DeFi. So we'll use that in the promos. And now I don't know how to get rid of it. There, this button. Hey, that did it. All right, Pedro. You put yourself on mute while I was rambling on there. But anyway, have a good day, Pedro. I will see you tomorrow. The show schedule tomorrow and Thursday, same bat channel, same bat time. Awesome. Crypto Mike says later, dudes, and I'll put the I'm slacking on my end of show music here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for a great show. We had a great following on X today, pushing up over 100 viewers. On LinkedIn, I think we had 5. Come on, LinkedIn. Got to keep it going up there. And for those of you on X, you got to watch longer. I tried all my prop tricks today to keep you going. I did the Bob Newhart skit. I had my old police show, 1 Adam 12, doing that. And I had Pedro giving you good alpha here about what the markets are doing. Ooh, thought we saw a car crash outside. But anyways, a good show. All the usuals showed up. I really appreciate it. Remember the lessons I told you about AI Wolf, or now Alpha Wolf, getting hacked? Don't keep everything on one computer, and don't rely on one email service to have all your passwords go to it. If you lose access to that email service, you lose access to everything else once the hacker screws you over. Take precautions. Go and revoke things. Use revoke.cash. Get vaccinated. Use a condom. All that type of stuff. Stay safe out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't look directly into
Stay safe
the sun.
out there. It's tough out there.
It's tough out there in this crypto jungle, baby.
Crypto Mike says, later, dudes. We're out of here. See ya.